Candidate Rooks, what are your plans for your first 100 days in office?
Thank you for that question, Vaughn. So my plan for the first 100 days pretty much aligns with Miguel, because I would be the Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer. So the finances, knowing where we are, is very crucial. I know that I mentioned that earlier. And just getting a sense of where each district is financial, because every district is very unique, right? So, and also, I need to be very honest with when I say this. There are a lot of programs that are happening in SEIU Local 1000. I was a part of some of them, right? Because I had the opportunity to be a part of some of the programs. And for me, those programs should do several different things, and I'll touch on those in a minute. But of course, we know that the programs are supposed to generate revenue, right? And there were several programs at the time that I know of that were happening. So we had the Member Save program, where the members that were out on union leave would make phone calls to those members who dropped their dues and to try to get them to come back to us, right? So you would think that that would be a very important program to try, right? And so there's this, they had the NEO program where you would reach out to the new members, new employees that would come to state service, and then you'd acclimate them about our union and to try to get them to join. Because to me, if someone's questioning the value of being a member, then they don't understand the value of it, right? So why should I be a member? Then you don't understand the value. And so that would be the goal of like an NEO presentation. And then you had the member program, where the people that were out on union leave would then go to the work sites to try to find people who were not members, and then they would connect to them one-on-one. Well, as it stands now, I have no idea what programs that we're doing are who's doing them. So we don't know the union who's out on union leave, what programs are working, what they're not working. And should I know that? Yes, we're on the board of directors, and those numbers have not really been shared with us, right? So I have no idea what programs are doing what, and that is very important when you're talking about the revenue, right? And so so we know membership is very important, because that people, I guess, when you talk to people, and again, you meet people where they are. We have a lot of sayings in SEIU Local 1000, and I agree with some of them, right? So you meet people where they are. Some people don't understand the value of membership, and that's what generates revenue to sustain this organization. We have to have membership. So we don't know where those numbers are. We have no idea. We can guess at it, that it's 50,000 members or 60,000 members, but until we get in there and do an assessment, that's what I would like to do. And this team, we talked about it. That has to happen. So we can have a goal and a plan of what we want to do in our first 100 days, but really it's an assessment of where we are, so we know where we need to go. So for me, with those programs, they need to do at least two things. So if I'm a member out on union leave and I'm in the program, then I should know that I should be learning from those programs. And then when I go back into the work site, I educate my members of how to build power in the work site, right? And then you work closely with the Vice President of Organizing and Representation, because that person would have plans of programs, right? And so now understand the role as the Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer is to connect with everyone on this team. We all work together because we need to know that these programs should generate that. So you should be able to go back to work, have a conversation, you build power in the work site, and then it should create membership. Like, you will hear me say this over and over, that generates the revenue. We have to have membership, right? And so if it doesn't do those two things for me, then we need to revisit, reassess, and figure that out. But like I said earlier, I have no idea what programs are happening now, because that is not disclosed at this moment. So that's part of my plan for the first 100 days. And I thank you for listening.